The most daring mission in Coast Guard history. The Finest Hours is a new Disney movie, stars Chris Pine and Casey Affleck, and it's about the most daring mission in Coast Guard history. This big ship off the East Coast totally split in half. Now the crew is stranded out there, their boat is sinking, and it's up to the Coast Guards to bring them into safety. That's pretty much the whole last hour or so of this movie, and that part was really cool. But the first hour leading up to that in this movie, yeah, that was kind of boring. Most of the performances were fine, like Chris Pine and Casey Affleck were both great. Eric Bana was in this movie. I didn't even know he was in it, but he was good too. But the first hour of this movie focuses on Chris Pine's romance with this other girl, whose performance was part good, part obnoxious, so that first hour kind of dragged on a little bit. It's not terrible, but from what I saw in the trailers, we were in for this really sweet sea adventure about rescuing some dudes on a broken ship. And I checked my watch in this movie. They don't accept the mission until about 45 minutes in, and they don't leave until an hour into the movie. And the movie's 2 hours long, so the main premise of the movie is really just concentrated into the last hour. And you can argue that Titanic does the same thing. I mean, I don't think the ship in Titanic sinks until about halfway through the movie. Or at least the iceberg scene doesn't happen. It sinks at the end. But the path to getting there was more enjoyable, because the characters of Jack and Rose and Billy Zane was more interesting to me than the love story that we got in The Finest Hours. And I know it's a true story, so you can't deviate from it too much, but this is a movie based off of a true story, so I gotta address it like it's a movie. And the last hour of this movie is pretty exciting. The waves and the storm just look enormous in this movie, but I'd kind of already checked out by that point. You guys know how in movies that are based off of true stories, it usually ends with a text saying like a "where are they now" thing, like, oh, this dude went on to become a baseball coach, this dude went on to become a scientist, that kind of thing. There was a guy in this movie who, when that came on, he started walking out. I don't know, maybe he had to pee, but I was just thinking like, alright, so I wasn't the only one that was bored in this movie. I wanted this movie to be almost like Apollo 13 set in the ocean. What I got was a mildly interesting love story for the first half, and then you get the cool, exciting rescue adventure Apollo 13 stuff in the second half. So it's got some cool moments, but I don't think trudging through the first hour of the movie is really worth it. However, if you did see The Finest Hours, let me know what you thought about it down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.